Oh shit. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just gonna do a quick 2 years post-op top surgery kind of Q&A type thing. I posted a top surgery Q&A a long time ago, like right after I got top surgery. That's still on my channel if you want to go check that one out. It has a bit more recent answers to questions. This is going to cover more of what I do now. So I got top surgery in May of 2019, and since it's just about May 2021 now, I figured I would go ahead and just make a top surgery update video for you guys. So I posted a questions thing up on my Instagram, and you guys sent me some really great questions, and I'm just going to answer those really quick in this video. I'll also be showing some comparison videos later on. Just for starters, I'll go ahead and show you guys what my chest looked like 1 month post-op, what it looked like 1 year post-op, and then this is what it looks like now 2 years post-op. So now that we got like kind of the basic comparison pictures out of the way, let's go ahead and answer some questions. First question is, who was your surgeon and how much did it cost to go to him? So I went to Dr. Alan Doolin in Plano, Texas. He's at the American Institute of Plastic Surgery, and I believe it cost me a little bit over 7,000 American dollars. That's because the price for the consultation, like the deposit that you have to put down, was about $500, maybe $550. Something like that, and then the actual surgery itself, not including aftercare products like the gauze, the silicone scar tape, your medications and things like that, that was about 6,750 American dollars. And then like I said, on top of those two costs, I also had to buy the post-op care stuff, so like gauze, tape, all that good stuff. It was really expensive, so all in all, I think it was about 7,000, which is a bit on the cheaper side. I've seen other people who pay upwards of $12,000 to $15,000 for their top surgeries. I was really lucky that Dr. Doolin was so close to me, and I was able to get in with him pretty quick. Did you use insurance? No, I did not use insurance. I was actually on my family's plan, which at the time, I believe we were using Blue Cross Blue Shield. Unfortunately, he did not accept my insurance plan, and my insurance company did not give me any sort of refund or anything like that, just because they considered it a cosmetic procedure. They didn't consider it medically necessary, so I paid completely out of pocket. Did it take a while to get surgery? I was on testosterone for over a year at the point that I got top surgery. I wanted to get my physique to a specific point. I wanted to make sure that my pecs were built up enough, and I wanted to make sure that I was financially able to get top surgery because my parents don't help with any sort of transition costs or anything like that. So I knew I was gonna have to raise the money by myself, so I made sure to wait at least a year and kind of see where I was at. So I ended up having my consultation with Doolin at his office in December of 2018, and I could have gotten it sooner than when I did, but I was just thinking in terms of like recovery. I wanted to have an ample amount of time. I didn't want to have to worry about, rushing to get back to school or work, or putting my body under an unnecessary amount of stress, especially when I was recovering from such an invasive surgery. So I could have chosen a sooner date, but I just chose not to. This is a good question, actually. Any tips for not being bored out of your mind during recovery? Listen, for the first week or so, I was so hopped up on fucking codeine and the pain meds that they gave me that I had no idea what was going on, and I don't even remember the first week or two of recovery because I was just so out of it. Those first week or 2 weeks, depending on how fast you recover, it's gonna be a blur. You're not gonna have to worry about being bored. I played a ton of video games while I was still kind of not able to move around a lot. I would play a ton of video games, watched a shit ton of Netflix, and then once I was able to kind of like move around a bit more and I could like dress myself in things other than a zip-up hoodie or a button-up t-shirt, I would go out with friends. We would go on like car rides or like short walks through the neighborhood, stuff like that. Maybe we would go get like boba or something, but seriously, nothing like super stressful or taxing. And also, like kind of on that note, I waited 3 to 4 months to go back to the gym. And then once I went back to the gym, I was focusing mainly on doing just body weight stuff when I was hitting my chest, because again, I didn't want to put too much unnecessary stress and end up hurting myself, maybe stretching my scars out or anything like that. I was super careful, mainly doing push-ups and really lightweight body weight movements for my chest. What did I use for scar care, and what do I recommend? I've had a lot of people ask if silicone scar strips are worth it, and for me personally, they fucking sucked. I would try to like apply them and they would stay on for like maybe a couple hours if I was lucky, and then they just kept peeling off. They would never stay on for very long. The only time that they would ever really stick is if I applied them while my skin and the strips were wet, and then they would dry onto my chest. But once they dried, it felt super tight and it was just really uncomfortable, and occasionally the adhesive for the strip would irritate my skin, and so eventually I just said fuck it, stopped using it. I ended up buying a like hand rolling massage ball, and then a friend of mine actually gifted me a massive tub of like Palmer's cocoa butter. and I ended up using that on my chest. So I would massage my chest with the ball roller and the cocoa butter 1 to 2 times a day, every day. And I did that from about my first month post-op up until about 6 months post-op. And now actually I use this bio oil. A little bit goes a long way with this bio oil. It smells fucking amazing, and same process except I just massage it in with my fingers now. As far as recommendations go, I do recommend using a massage ball roller or anything that you can just like rub on your scars, or just massage your scar tissue at least once or twice a day, every day, as much as you can. That's going to be super beneficial, because if your scar tissue attaches to your chest wall, you're going to have a shit range of movement, and it can be really painful. I've actually had people come up to me and say like they had no idea that scar care was even a thing, and they just let their chest heal naturally, and they had, you know, raised red scars and stuff like that. But as soon as they started taking care of their chest, their scars went down, the hyperpigmentation went away. So make sure that you're starting scar care early, you do it right. Do you have any sensation in your chest or your nipples? So it took a while. I think actually only recently I've actually started feeling sensation in my scars. It used to be, it felt like I had maybe like plastic wrap over my skin, and then somebody was pressing on the plastic wrap, so I could feel the pressure, and I knew that somebody was touching me there, but it didn't feel like they were actually touching my skin. It felt like there was a barrier of some sort. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense. But now I can feel pretty much any sensation on my scars. I can feel my shirt rubbing against my chest. If you push too hard or if you pinch me, I can feel pain there now. As far as like my nipples, they're a bit behind my scars, kind of the same thing where I still feel like there's a barrier between my nipples and anything touching them. Like I can't feel my shirt brushing up against them right now, but if I'm directly touching them or like putting my bio oil on them or anything like that, I can feel it. I don't know if that makes any sense. I know that eventually I'll get sensation back in my nipples, but I don't think I'm ever going to feel any sort of like erotic sensations or anything like that. So nipple play is out of the picture. What's something good about top surgery that you didn't expect? Honestly, just the way that my chest looks now, especially with my new tattoo, with my Medusa tattoo, it makes me feel so fucking like handsome and good about myself. It's an incredible feeling. I knew that getting top surgery was gonna help me feel more confident and help me feel more like myself, but I had no idea like just how much better I would feel after I got top surgery. How did you rest post-op, and did you buy any specific pillows? I know that you're supposed to kind of sleep in an upright position while you're recovering for the most part, because you want to make sure that everything's draining properly, and you don't want to accidentally like roll over onto your side. So you're supposed to sleep upright. My family has these like big reclining chairs, so I slept in one of those reclining chairs when I couldn't sit up by myself. So I was in those chairs for a good like 1 to 2 weeks, I think. And then once I was able to sit up by myself and use my arms a bit to help myself move around, I slept in my bed. But I had like a big wall of pillows built up around me so I wouldn't roll over in my sleep onto my side, and I could still kind of sleep upright, but not like fucking 90 degrees. It was more of like, instead of being like here, it was more like here. Ooh, and I know that some people buy mastectomy pillows, and I wish that I had known about those before I got my top surgery, because they look so fucking comfy. That's one thing that I didn't know about that you should know about. Get a mastectomy pillow. Were you able to choose your surgery type? Like, did you want peri or double incision, etc.? I did initially ask for and want peri, or like a form of keyhole, because I felt like my chest was small enough pre-top surgery that I could have gotten that type of surgery. I was hoping that I was able to get peri. When I spoke to Doolin about it, we discussed the risks versus the benefits, and I just decided I didn't want to worry about having a chest I wasn't happy with, so I decided to just stick with double incision because it's the safest option. It's just a personal preference. I know people who are very happy with their results and they got peri or keyhole, but for me personally, I just wanted to stick with double incision. And as far as like designing my chest, like asking questions about where the incisions would be or like making suggestions, I picked Dr. Doolin because I had seen his results on people I actually knew in real life. So I trusted him and I trusted his abilities, and the only request that I really made to him was I wanted my nipples to be about the size of a nickel. I also asked him to not have my scars touch in the middle, personal preference. And then lastly, I asked him to kind of position the incisions to where when I work out and as my pecs develop more and more, the scars kind of fall under the muscle. Hard to explain, but you'll see in the videos later on. Those are really like the only suggestions that I made to him. Those are the only things that I requested from him. I knew what his results looked like and I trusted him completely. Top 3 must-haves for top surgery recovery. First, healthy snacks. I'm talking like a ton of fruits, a ton of veggies, and like water, Gatorade, Powerade. All of that stuff is going to help you recover as fast and as well as you possibly can. Another thing is button-up shirts or like zip-up hoodies. You're not going to be able to fucking move your arms for a while, and even when you can move your arms, you're probably not going to be able to lift them up past here. So I would say the best thing that you can do is buy a bunch of button-ups, some flannels, some short sleeves, zip-up hoodies. That way you don't have to worry about pulling your shirt up over your head, and that's going to be a quick and easy way for you to get changed because you want easy access. And I think lastly, the third thing that I would recommend most is just a bunch of pillows, because you're going to be uncomfortable as fuck, so you want where you're sleeping or where you're resting most of the time to be as comfy as possible. Just something that's going to keep you propped up and comfy as hell. And the last question someone's asked me here is, what was it like getting your chest tattooed, and how long do I have to wait to get mine done? I think the base recommendation for getting any type of scar tattooed is that you're supposed to wait at least a year. So like bare minimum a year to get your scars tattooed. Everybody's body heals differently, so just keep an eye on your chest, talk to your surgeon, see if your body can handle it. I waited a year and I talked with my artist for months. My artist was J Baby Tattoo. I highly recommend them. I believe they're tattooing in the Houston, Texas area right now. They are such a sweetheart and they are such a good tattoo artist. And then when I actually got the tattoo done, it was probably the smoothest one I've ever gotten done. The pain was about a 6 out of 10. Those are all the questions that you guys asked me. If you have any other questions about top surgery recovery or anything like that, feel free to comment them down below. I'll go ahead and show some videos about what my chest looked like right after I got surgery and then right now. I got Frankenstein nips. And if you guys liked this video, please be sure to comment on it, like it, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, anybody that you think might find it helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.